Welcome to the Danny Clinkscale Reasonably Irreverent podcast. Insightful and witty commentary, probing interviews, and detours from the beaten path.
Welcome to Kansas City Profiles, presented by Easton Roofing, and a delightful conversation with another inductee for the Kansas Sports Hall of Fame next month in Topeka, Melvin Lister III, Mel to his friends. He went to high school in Leavenworth after a military upbringing, which means that you go all around the country. He was born in Staten Island, New York. He lived in Maryland. He went to Germany, but settled in his high school years when his father retired from the military in Leavenworth, Kansas. He was a football standout as well as a tremendous athlete in track and field. Runner and jumper, good enough to make the World Junior Olympic team coming out of high school. Went down on to Butler County Community College, won 5 national championships there, went on to the University of Arkansas following that incredible career, an 8-time All-American, 4-time SEC individual champion, 5-time NCAA champion in both the long jump and the triple jump. The triple jump ended up being his specialty, although he made the long jump team in the 2000 Olympics and the triple jump team. In 2004, the triple jump as well. His 2004 Olympic trials triple jump is still a record, an Olympic trials record. Well, he didn't have the kind of success he would have wanted at the Olympics themselves. Being a 2-time Olympian is certainly something incredibly special. Injury led to his retiring from full-time world-class track and field in 2005. And as time has gone on, he's found a love for electronics and works in that industry, coaches occasionally in college, high school ranks, and now has a budding, tremendous athlete in his daughter, 13 years old. And he has highlighted that she should be in the 2028 Olympics, so he's helping her as a jumper along the way, too. And he's in business with his lovely wife, Andrea, on their It's Not Just Cake business, which they're trying to crank up and make a big success in the Oklahoma City area. It's a cool American success story. Really fun to talk to Melvin Lister III. He is our Kansas City Profile, presented by Easton Roofing.
More of Danny's Reasonably Irreverent podcast after this.
Hey Kansas City, Joe Spiker, Easton Roofing here. It's football season in Kansas City, and all of us at Easton Roofing cannot wait to watch Patty Icicles take us to our 3rd straight Super Bowl championship. There's been a lot of storm damage this year. We're here before the storm, and we will be here well after, leaving a legacy of quality work handled by quality people. Not everybody got a new roof from their insurance company. If that's you, give us a call. Easton Roofing. Integrity matters.
Enjoy all the excitement of football season at the 23rd Street Brewery. From the Jayhawks and college football to the NFL and even live-streamed Lawrence High and Free State football games, you can watch it all at the 23rd Street Brewery. Enjoy the games with your favorite menu item like the Bill Self Mac and Cheese, Naked Nachos, or the Haney Turkey Stack. And wash it all down with your favorite beer like a Wave the Wheat or Crimson Fog. 23rd Street Brewery on the corner of Clinton Parkway and Castled in Lawrence.
If you'd like to join these and other fine sponsors and market your business to Kansas City's #1 variety podcast, contact us at danny@dannyclinkscale.com. Look forward to working with you. Mel, it's Melvin Lister III, but we're going to call you Mel because that's what your friends call you, and I'm not exactly a friend yet, but I'm friendly. So let's tell your story, and you're the son of a military man. Did that mean a nomadic childhood for you, moving around?
Yeah, pretty much. We moved around a lot. I was born on Staten Island, New York, and we moved to Maryland, and and went to Germany, and back to the U.S. and Kansas, and Kansas is where we made home.
So, how did you get to settle down in Kansas for a while? That's where you would go to high school, and your sister still lived there, and so on and so forth. How did you get settled there?
Well, that's where Dad retired, that military man.
Okay.
So that's where we had to stay.
There we go. So it was upon his retirement, and then he became military police, I believe. But I mentioned you have a couple of sisters. So growing up, when you're 5, 6, 7 years old, what was it like for you growing up?
Me and my dad played the saxophone. My dad was a really good saxophone player, and he loved it, so that's what I did. When I came home from school, I played the saxophone with Dad. Got pretty good at it, and then when we moved to Kansas, I I saw that the kids were playing sports after school.
Right. Yeah. So you're musical, but you're a better athlete, obviously, and had reached tremendous heights to eventually be now in your third Hall of Fame induction next month. When did you? I imagine you played all sports because you're a fine athlete. Tell me about the development of your sports career.
Well, you couldn't have told me I wasn't going to be an NFL football player. I can tell you that. Like the dreams of a lot of little kids. But I ended up going to Butler County Community College, and Coach Shebest, who was the head coach there at the time, he made me decide whether I could go to the World Junior Olympics or go to his two-a-days football practice.
Right.
And, we talked with my parents, and we decided that it didn't make sense. That this could be the last time that I'd ever do anything like this. And we never knew that. You never know that for sure.
Right.
So I went, and he redshirted me. So I decided that, well, maybe I'm being pushed towards track. Maybe track and field is something that I'm supposed to be doing instead of football. So I went with that. Track chose me. Right.
Let's flash back a little bit to your high school years. Obviously, you did play football and ran track and did the jumping. What position did you play in football, and how was your football career?
I played wide receiver. I played tailback. I played corner, safety, kick return. I was a utility guy. I specialized in tailback, running back. But we lost my senior year. We lost every game. I had fun playing,
right,
but we weren't good. We were not good.
Obviously, you were good in track. How did you develop as far as the running and jumping?
Well, my first high school coach, Coach Hart, I guess he saw me out on the football field and saw me jumping for balls and things like that, and he asked me if I'd ever triple jumped before. And I told him no, I didn't even know what it was. So we had a guy there named Mike Seahorn. He had Mike Seahorn show me how to triple jump. And from there, it just took off. For a while, me and Mike Seahorn went back and forth, winning the triple jump. Then he graduated and went on, and that was history.
So when it was time to finish up high school, obviously you're accomplished and you play football too. How did this decision come to go to Butler County?
Like I said, I wanted to play football. I love track and I love football, but I love football more. Mm-hmm. So in order to get me to Butler sooner, we signed with track because cross country had finished. So they pretty much so they could lock me down before too many people started talking to me, I guess.
Right.
But I signed there early with track, knowing that I was going to play football. And that's how that went.
But then eventually you chose the Olympic trials over two-a-days. How did you get on the national scene? Obviously track and field is a numbers sport. You put up the times, you do the distances, you run the times, and people are going to notice no matter where you are, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, see, my first thing coming out of high school was the World Junior Olympics.
Right.
So we went to Sydney, Australia as a junior team, under 20. And after graduating from Butler County Community College, I went on to Arkansas, and that's where I made my first Olympic team.
So what was the decision like? You won 5 individual national championships with the Butler Grizzlies in your 2 seasons. When it came time to choose a school, Arkansas obviously has been a track and field powerhouse for a long, long time. Was anybody else in the mix, or was Arkansas number one?
Well, me and my dad and Coach Fred Tornaden, we talked about it, and we decided that I needed to go to a school that when I stepped on campus that I would not be the best jumper there. And Arkansas was the only school. At that point, I had surpassed all the other jumpers that were actually jumping at the time.
Well, certainly, obviously, you progressed well. And so did you just want to do that and go to a place where there were better jumpers to provide extra incentive and competition for you?
Yeah, because I felt like if I had a goal to work towards, that could only make me better. I've been places where I am the best there, and to be totally honest, I didn't know if I was motivated enough to do that on my own. So I chose knowing my own strengths and weaknesses.
When you go to Arkansas, you're a triple jumper and a long jumper. What are the different dynamics between the two?
So long jump, you want to be pretty fast and have strong legs. With that speed, a little bit of technique, you can get pretty good jumps. That triple jump, that's a tough event. Like you need to be a tough person to do that. So it's different in that sense. They used to say those who couldn't long jump, triple jump, but it's hard to maintain both of them.
Right.
Sometimes I wish I would have just chosen one and went with it. Maybe I would have been a better jumper in one or the other. But looking back, I don't know that I would have given up any accomplishment that I've gotten out of either one of them. So that's a hard thing. It was hard for me to stop running, too, as much. And that's why they put me on relay teams and things like that, because I wanted to run.
Mm-hmm. What was it like besides running track at Arkansas? Did you enjoy the experience?
Yeah. Going there, met a lot of new friends. Called it home for a long time. So, yeah, I mean, Arkansas is a good place to have a family, to raise a family. Absolutely.
Well, it's
sort of like Kansas. It's not different.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Right. You're an 8-time All-American, 4-time SEC individual champion, and 5-time NCAA champion, 1999 indoor, 1999 outdoor. Obviously, when you're putting up these kind of accomplishments, you are starting to have Olympic dreams. You'd already been on the junior Olympic team. Tell me about your thoughts and dreams about potentially being in the Olympics.
Working out with the crew that I worked out with, and we had some professional guys in there as well. Mm-hmm. There wasn't a thought in my mind that I wouldn't make the team.
Right.
Even though we all didn't make the team, nobody thought that they couldn't. So it was an expectation. It was like, okay, this is the next step. This is what needs to happen, you know?
Right. Well, it certainly did happen. You won the Olympic trials in 2000, and you jumped 27.3, and you qualified for the Sydney Olympics, and so that you're headed, and that's unbelievable accomplishment, and kind of ironic that your junior Olympic experience was in Australia, and so was your first Olympic experience in 2000.
Yeah. Felt like I knew the lay of the land a little bit.
Right. Talk about the experience there after jumping, tremendously at the trials. It didn't go quite as well at the Olympics itself. How was that whole experience?
It was tough because, while I enjoyed being able to travel, my number one goal obviously was to win. Mm-hmm. And, it's hard to really hone in and enjoy yourself after that. But, it goes with the territory. You can't win them all. Nobody wins them all. And that's what I'm trying to instill in my kids now, but you keep fighting. And that's what I had to do. I just keep fighting to the next one.
Right.
So but being in the Olympics is a dream come true.
Yes.
Right. That's the thing that we dream about, running track and field. That's the mecca of all things, the Olympics.
Well, certainly you stayed with it, and you're making a transition out of college and running in big meets and such, because you eventually would make the Olympics in 2004 again, and we'll talk about that. What is that process like to have that first Olympic experience and then be looking ahead to another one?
It looks far away.
Right.
It's like, okay, it didn't go as well. I don't get another shot for 4 years. But, you put your head down and you work out, and you keep working out, and you go to different track meets and championships, and, eventually it comes back up. And now you have another opportunity. So it's a long process waiting. But, it's still fun because I went to a lot of different meets. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like I was just practicing and waiting for this one moment in time.
Yeah. Obviously, you're on the world stage with that regard. Tell the folks a little